here, this is the new Robert Zemeckis, Tom Hanks movie. It's like an Oscar bait thing. And I went to go see this movie. Not really excited about it because Robert Zemeckis has not made a good movie in maybe 20 years. Uh, Probably since Castaway. I really don't like Polar Express, any of his motion capture stuff. He's done some other stuff in here that I didn't even bother watching, like Welcome Marin. I've heard awful things about that, and there's some other movies that are just really bad that he's done recently, like the Pinocchio remake. So I didn't really know what to expect from this movie, but I just want to review it for you guys. So I went to go sit in the theater, and this is a real story. Okay, I sat in the theater, went into the movie. I don't really care about trailers now. The theater I go to, I know the exact runtime of the trailers. It's like 10 to 12 minutes. So 10 to 12 minutes, I walk into the movie. I don't go. Sometimes I'll sit in there earlier if I'm really excited about it. But for the most part, if it's a movie that I know not a lot of people are showing up for, I'm not gonna worry about taking my seat. I'm gonna wait till the movie starts. So I get in there. The movie started, and there's fucking dinosaurs on the screen, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then the Ice Age, and then trees, and then the movie starts. I was like, what? Did I walk into the wrong theater? Because this is a Tom Hanks like drama movie. Did I even know what the movie's about necessarily? I just saw the director and the cast, right? And then it starts with damn dinosaurs, like some kind of Jurassic World movie. Keep in mind you too, these dinosaurs are not well animated at all, so they look kind of bad. I was just like, what is this movie? What are we doing here? And I was just like, as at a loss for words of what's exactly happening. So I'm sitting there. The movie started. I was like, what the fuck? And I guess some other people had the same conclusion, I guess. I don't know. But when I actually sat down to watch the movie, I kind of got the concept of it from the first little bit watching it. And I thought, well, I'm not really going to enjoy this. But I surprisingly enjoyed it. Here's the thing, I will never watch this film again, but there were some things I really appreciated about this movie. Essentially, this movie is a time capsule movie where it's a very unique thought experiment. Basically, it's all these people who all lived in the same house together, family members, all that stuff. And you see different eras and time lapses all out of order, out of sequence. I don't know how it all comes together. And some of them happen simultaneously, some of them don't. And there's a lot of, and it's really clever how it's all done. It's really well edited. A lot of the editing really keeps the flow of the movie together. Like if this movie had not been edited well, it would have been a mess. Fantastic editing. This is one of those movies that makes you understand why they have a best editing category at the Oscars, because a film like this only works because of its editing. And majority of films only work because of their editing, but especially a film like this. Then you got, that aspect. And it's really cool, too, because the other things that you are able to indicate time period is not just like set design. It's lines of dialogue, just a lot of really clever ways that they're able to show you the time eras of this movie. And then you got, everybody's really good in the movie. Tom Hanks is great. They do a lot of de-aging work on him, which is why it kind of bombed at the box office, and this movie didn't do great. Because Robert Zemeckis is not a name. I don't know why you think you can sell him. Tom Hanks should go do a streaming show like Harrison Ford and Stallone are doing. He's old enough now. That's what he should be doing. I understand why he doesn't want to do that, but if he wants a career still, that's what you should be doing. It's a great movie for those aspects, like technically, but I think just like there's not enough substance here for me to really care. Like the performances are okay. These are all great actors doing good performances, but they're nothing like, oh, I'm gonna remember that performance. It just is a very like, it's not a generic movie, but it feels generic, and I'm not really sure why it feels that way. It just kind of does. And so, like, I liked what this film was going for on principle as a thought experiment. I think it's worth watching if you like seeing movies that do unique things, right? If you like that sort of thing, it's worth at least one watch. But if you're like, man, I want to see this movie or that movie or this movie, go see one of those before this one. Just because they're probably a better movie. That if you miss this one, you're not really missing much else than a really unique thought experiment, and that's just really the movie. Um, yeah, I don't know. I can see why this film didn't turn out well, and you can tell it's Oscar bait, but not in a way where you're frustrated by it, because like a movie like Welcome Mara and a couple other movies, you do get frustrated by those movies being Oscar bait. They're not very good movies. This is like this movie did some unique things. It didn't come together. You're not really gonna remember it, but at least it tried, and that's more than you can say for some other movies. So let me know your thoughts. Like, share in the comments. Thanks for watching.